It's really important.
Okay, hi everyone, welcome to Colorfight. This is our season 4, round 1 of Colorfight, and sponsored by UCSB IEEE and Greenhouse Software. So we're gonna give everyone a minute to join for this 20-minute game.
Okay, get ready and ready to run your. Okay, getting started. Everyone, join. Okay. So, Stellar, I think she born in Golden Cell. So that's lucky. And so for the first round, we do not have a lot of fancy rules. So basically, only the basic rule and the golden cells. So it's really important where you're born. So if you're born away from each other, and you can get really large empty cells for you to expand, and that's really good. And if you are like two greens and blue, who like are stick to each other, you're probably gonna be like bad. So we have plenty of players in this round, which is really good. I hope you can stick to the last. And the leading one is Anila. The green one, although that is born really close to two other AIs. And nameably, I think that's the winner from last season.
Yeah,
right? The winner from last season. And the born position is really good. He's close to no one. And if I'm correct, he's not here. So he's not eligible for our gift cards, even though if he wins. So you only need to, we do not consider him, although he's playing. Anila is doing pretty well, getting plenty of golden cells, and is expanding. And Yuan Wang is the pink one, right? It's the third now, and she's doing pretty good too. We have some dead AIs now. The Chinese character, the yellow one, I think it's dead.
It's
it's not dead. It's still attacking. Not to the empty cell though. So the first round is mostly about expanding. So basically, it checks whoever expand the fastest. And golden cell matters a bit, but not that much. It's almost always about expanding. Okay, although nameability is born like nowhere around each other, he's not expanding super fast, but he's taken plenty of golden cells, and obviously he got some path finding algorithm to find those. And a Stellar has a rectangle-ish algorithm that is drawing like the rectangles. Well, normally it's probably better to expand from a center point, like outside instead of drawing rectangles, because the outside will be like more vibrant.
Yeah,
and
can
it's
protect the
harder.
innards.
You can protect your inside. So. Now the first two is nameability and Anila. And to be fair, nameability was born at a better play position, and Anila was born right next to two other AIs. And the third is AI.
AI?
Yeah, it's AI. It's in bottom. It's on bottom.
At the bottom right corner.
Mm-hmm.
Surrounding help, I think.
Help.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look at the empty cells because that's what matters for now. The AIs adjacent to empty cells are the red one, the brown one, the kind of yellow bluish one, and Anila, the green one, and Yuan Wang, the pinkish one. So they still have plenty of space to expand. So for this round, at least for this round, probably getting the empty cells first is a better strategy because the empty cells only take 2 seconds to take, and all the other cells, even though it's super non-vibrant, it takes around 3 seconds.
Yes.
So expand all the empty cells first, and then attack according to like whether it's a golden cell and whether it's your enemy's like less vibrant cell. Another important thing is that fighting over the golden cells in the very early phase of the game is probably not worth it because it's not gonna be yours unless you expand in like around your golden cell to make it safe. If you only take the golden cell in the very beginning phase of the game, someone's gonna take that back, and you're gonna waste a lot of time on the golden cell, and you will probably not get that 10 points. And then the other AIs will probably like expand, take all the empty cells, and have an advantage.
I see. So probably like making an algorithm that attacks on cell later on in the game.
Yeah, for later on it's better. Or make sure you can secure that golden cell. Take not only the golden cell, but the cells around it. Then build a protection around the golden cell to protect it. If you only take the golden cell, then 10 or 20 seconds later it's going to be taken by someone else.
Yeah.
Okay, so name ability is the first now, which is not surprising because it's the first from last season, and the AI is second now, 163, and there is still some empty cells for it to expand. And the next is Stella, Yuan Wang, and then Lena are really close. They are like not away for one golden cells. That's probably the second tier. And the next is YS, right? YS 100. It's not close to the fifth, not close to seventh. It's pretty safe at its position. And then Help and Nacho and KG and Potato GG and the Chinese character who is still not that.
It's defending itself.
It got 2 cells, so there's a chance he might die. But if he keeps attacking its own cell, it's gonna live like without any respect. But but it's gonna live to the very end of the game. So it's almost half the game. We're gonna thank to our sponsorships, UCSB IEEE and Green Hill Software. And interesting is we still have some empty cells.
Yeah. Next to name ability.
A Stella, yeah. Nameable still has some advantage, like 20 cells ish.
Yes.
It's not bad. And you've been the like last season, right? Nameable is it a more attactive?
Yeah, a really aggressive player that uses like a lot of skills like blast and multi-attack. But since this game we don't have these attack influences, you can see how he does without these algorithms.
Yeah.
Mainly just getting the golden cells.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, in my mind, it's a relatively aggressive AI, so it's probably perform better with the energy cells and the skills we're gonna add in later.
Yeah, we can see a lot of golden cells by are taken over by a stellar.
So obviously, a stellar has some algorithm to take the golden cells at like some time. So all the cells are taken. We still have 600 seconds, and this is when people like try to compete for the strategy to take cells that take less time. You can there's no empty cell now, so you need to consider it's a game of choice, right? You have, at least for the first round, the only choice you have is the cell that you can attack, and you probably have like 20, 30, or even more choices, and you need to pick the best, the smartest choice from those cells, and you're gonna build up your advantage, build up your score, and then try to win at last. So at least for the first round, it's all about choice.
Oh, we see something really interesting. We see the Chinese character isn't
Oh,
anymore.
yeah. Potato GG is now the last. Chinese character fight his way back. Good for him. So nameability still has a 20-15 cell ish advantage, and the second tier is still really close to each other. And Anila seems to fall from the second to below the second tier. And Help, KGYS, I think they are basically the same tier, probably Nacho. And they all have the chance to get a better rank. It's about their strategy, but also a little bit about luck.
Yeah,
because it's like a multiplayer game, and if all the other players are attacking you, there's no way that you can find your way out. And unlike the later game, you cannot kill someone if you don't like them. You can just let them take your cells, and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, Yu Yuan Wang seems like to get away from the second tier to the second place, and nameability is still the first, very stable. And at least for the first round, or probably for the first couple of rounds, corner is a really good place because if you are at corner, you can you don't have potential attacks from at least two sides.
Oh yes, so less chance of getting surrounded by others.
Yeah, and it's also about how many enemy cells you are adjacent to. So less enemy cells you are adjacent to, the less chance you will be attacked by your enemy. So if your territory is kind of round or square, you are going to have the most cells but the least borderlines. And if you are in the corner, you can have that thing too, because if you're at corner, that place you do not have any enemies. So you can see nameability is on the top right corner, and its territory is really kind of square-ish, so there's nothing inside, and the borderline is pretty clear. So that's probably his way to prevent it, to protect its territory and make it the stable first rank.
Yeah, even when it's expanding, it's towards the bottom right corner, so it's around the size of the corner.
And if you're in the middle, then you're gonna get attack from all the other players, like this light blue one, Nacho. It's in the middle, so it's getting attacked by multiple players. It's actually not only about the cell number you're adjacent to, it's also about the enemy number, because one enemy can only attack one cell at a time. So even if you're exposed to 100 cells, but if they are all belong to one enemy, then you're still safe, because only one of them will get attacked by the enemy.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Hey, Stella just got first place for a couple seconds. I think it's most about the golden cells. So there are two golden cells here, and A Stella just got them. And nameability is also fighting for the golden cells here. So
towards the middle, right side. Middle right side.
Interesting thing, Nameable's border is really bright.
Oh yeah, the board or the colors are really vibrant around the side. It protects itself from being infiltrated from others.
Yeah, that's a really smart strategy. We can see that there are some really good strategy from Nameable, the winner of the last season, even though they are not like the fancy skill.
Yeah.
So the top players are relatively clear, so they each have their own territory and it's kind of connected with each other. But the bottom, they got a lot of colors, and they are separated by each other, and the fight is really fierce.
Yeah. Well, good thing no one's like close to getting eliminated now.
It's not that easy to get eliminated in the first round since there's no base.
I see.
We have 250 seconds left. Thanks to our sponsorship, UCSB IEEE, and the Green Hill Software. So, Nameably starts to have a good advantage. So it's more than 50 sales now. I think he's really doing really great. He starts to take the bottom right corner. Now he gets 2 corners. And Yuan Wang is doing pretty good in this chaos-like place. It's probably adjacent to, I don't know, 4 or 5 enemies. And it's doing pretty well. Stella is like it has a taste for golden cells. It fights over the golden cells. Not a bad choice, but it takes some time, so it's a trade-off. And you can see here on the top, Stella used to have all this place, and then now it's Anila takes it over, which is a border. A border is still pretty good because it can like protect you from like one side.
Yeah.
So
Anila also has some on the left side also. It's like
I think that's where it started. So it started from the left and then to the top,
separated by someone else.
We have 10 players, 11? 11 players, right?
Yeah, 11 players.
Yeah, 11 players is not bad for the first round.
We have around 2 minutes left.
Yeah, we have around 2 minutes left, and I think the first place is pretty.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. But he's not here, so he has no gifts. So we're fighting for the second and third, who has prizes. And at least for now, we still cannot tell who's gonna win the Amazon gift card because at least the first 4 all get chances, right? Especially Yuan, Wang, and Anila and A Stellar.
Yeah.
And they all have been the second, the third, and they've been like changing around.
Yeah.
And we have more than a minute, so anything can happen. The difference between them is just 1 golden cell. So now is probably a good time to fight for golden cells.
At
the last minute, and especially when you get it, it's hard for other people to get it back. And also, in the very last, probably several seconds, if you attack a golden cell, and you're gonna pass the time where they can attack, and finish your attack at last, you basically get 10 points. And 10 points can boost you from nothing to $20.
That's a really good job.
40 seconds left. A Stellar seems to be left. So Yuan Wang is the second now, and Anila is the third. and they're really close to each other. 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left. Is there any interesting change? Probably not. 10 seconds, 15 seconds. I think the second and the third are basically fixed, but they could be swapped.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
Oh, it's really close. The game. What? What? It's a tie. It's a tie. It's 151 to 151. Oh god, it's a tie. Okay.
This might be a problem, but
Yeah, well, it's still a good game.
yeah, it's so really good.
Wait, no. Someone took Yuan Wang's last sale. It's probably the Chinese character who finished the last. It took the last sale, so it's not a tie. So Yuan Wang and Nilla, they all finished their attack, but someone took Yuan Wang's attack, Yuan Wang's sell, like probably 10 seconds after the game finished, which basically took $5 because it's like 15 to 10, right?
Yeah.
Took $5 from Yuan Wang. So grab that $5 from him. So we're gonna announce the result. So namably, the first place, the winner from the last season got the first place in the first round, but he's not here, so he's no prize for him. And the second place is Nilla, and then Yuan Wang. Those two will get our Amazon gift card, and then AA Stella, and AI, YS, and Help, Potato GG, not the last, and Nacho KG and Chinese character. Okay, this is the first round of Colorfight, and we're gonna have the next round next Saturday, right?
We're gonna have the next one next Saturday at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, once again, I would thank UCSB for sponsoring and being some sponsor also, and yeah, see you guys next week.